Hi to all my fellow deplorables out there. This is Matt. Posted a couple of videos right now trying to keep everybody in communication, supporting each other, and working together this new country and this new direction that we all stood up and did our part to put together. I apologize about some of the video quality. I'm on my way to work, so it's going to go dark. It's going to be voice mostly, but I just want to get the message across. First, I want to say Happy Veterans Day to everyone. I want to thank everybody, past and present, that serves and currently serves. Everything that you've done, that this day is for you, and emphasized even more by the huge decision that we have made in standing up and putting our voices out there and electing a new president that actually represents the people. I'm trying to get the hashtag going on Twitter, the People's Champ. For Donald Trump. So I wanted to talk about solidity and keeping everyone together and all of us working together. I'm sure you're watching the news and you're seeing all these liberal crybaby scumbags that are out protesting and crying because Trump got elected. And some people have made some pretty good points. And liberals are like purists, and everything's perfectly fine as long as you agree with them and you see their point of view. As soon as you disagree with it and you're not on the same page with them, you're a scumbag, you're a lowlife, what the hell's wrong with you? You just can't see the bigger picture. I mean, we all had to deal with that tyrant Obama being in office for 8 years. We all hated it. None of us wanted it, but we had no choice but to deal with it. We didn't go out and riot. We didn't destroy our towns and our cities and all of that. We're adults. We dealt with it. These guys have no idea what to do. They don't like being disagreed with. They don't like having something contrary to their personal belief, and they have no coping skills whatsoever in order to deal with it. So you see these ridiculous things like colleges that are setting up these stress centers, whatever the heck they're called, where you can go and feel better. You can get like a hot blanket and a cocoa and get your back rubbed and find a way how to live with yourself because you're an idiot. And liberals are funny. They always have to hide behind somebody. You have to be willing to cry with them. You have to be willing to defend them. They can't really do it on their own. They're too scared to do that. And God forbid there's a majority like what's happened now against them, and they have no idea what to do with themselves or how to live in this new country because their entitlements are about to go and their free ride is about to go, and everybody's telling them to get a life and get over it. And for them, that's the end of the world because they have no skills whatsoever in order to live on their own and survive on their own and realize things aren't going to be the same. We've all had to do it. We had to face the real horrible possibility that Hillary was going to come into office. She was going to continue everything Obama was doing and make things even worse. Yeah, we were horrified and we were scared, but we were still going to have to live and participate in the country. We were still going to have to do something and figure something out. We weren't going and rioting. We were going to protect ourselves and our families from whatever happened. I'm a gun owner. I know a lot of you are gun owners as well. And I just think it's funny that all these idiots who, these liberals who are, nonviolent, of course. They're nonviolent. And they feel very strongly about nonviolence, except for when they don't get their way and then they have to trash a city. Of course, none of them have guns because they're all gun-free zones created by these idiots. So if they come and attack us, they're all going to get shot. And they can I throw rocks or, I pick up whatever they have around them. But the morons that want to attack and incite violence have also completely disarmed themselves because of their own policies. So I find that pretty interesting. That's funny. It's definitely ironic as well. So one of the biggest things that I want, and I'm trying to think of the best way to do it. I've been branching out to different social media, going to Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, everything I can to try and get my voice out and for all of us to communicate. We're hearing all of these liberals' voices right now, and they're crying and they're complaining and everything, and it's our voices that we need to get out. Every time we sit down and we let go and we say, well, it's over now, there's this, you guys need to get on with it and get over it, and then we sit down and we go back to our lives, and that's when an Obama and somebody else sneaks in and takes over, because we decided to walk away from the helm for a little bit, and the ship crashes into an iceberg. We need to stay up and stay on these morons. I mean, we are the moral majority. We are the people. We're the parents, and these liberals are the punk teenagers that are just angry because we finally given them an eviction notice and told them to move out of the house. And now we're figuring out what to do with the extra spare room that we have, and how much fun we're gonna have with these idiots out. And they're flipping out and they're losing their mind. But we're the adults in this scenario, and even these idiot adult liberals are still childlike in their mindset of flipping out and not being able to handle this responsibly. So as the adults, as much as we want them to move out and get back to living our lives, unfortunately we can't do it, because these idiots are going to throw a temper tantrum and stomp their feet and flip out until we continually put all of this down and get the country going again. So we have got to get the message out there and get our voices heard. I'm definitely open to suggestions on how to do it, how to get ourselves out there more. We've got this page where we're communicating with each other and we're supporting each other, and it's been awesome. I've seen how many people are losing friends, siblings, loved ones, boyfriends, girlfriends, everything. I've been losing friends in different people on my Facebook and social media as well. Honestly, I couldn't be happier, because they're the ones that have been sitting pretty for 8 years while Emperor Obama's been in office. And if I had a problem, I was told to get over it. So now it's their turn to get over it, and they're like, no, we're not going to, no. So we need to get the message across to all these guys that basically, if you have a problem with what's happened and you're upset about Trump winning, what you do is you write it down, and then you go home and you kill yourself, because we don't care. It didn't go your way. So sorry to hear that. We're out of blankets and hot cocoa and belly rubs. We don't have anything for you anymore. It's time to get off your lazy, complaining, coward asses and join the rest of us in being productive members of society. And no matter what you say to these morons, you can't get the message through. I've already told them. Trump's not going to be able to go into office and go nuts and lose his mind and press every button and do whatever he wants. He's got people around him. He's got advisors. He's got staff members. They're meant to help temper the whole situation. Even Obama couldn't do absolutely every stupid thing he wanted to do. Granted, he did a lot of it, but there were people to temper him to a degree. There was Congress to help shut things down and keep him on a little bit more of a level when that Muslim extremist idiot was trying to go off and screw up. So none of them want to hear it. Trump's going to go in and the whole world's over and the economy's going to go to hell. It's ironic that the markets are soaring right now. Stocks are getting better. My stocks are going up. I couldn't be happier. Of course, none of these retards have stocks, but they got their welfare checks and their EBT cards and everything else, and they're worried about losing that. They're worried they might actually have to pay for college. They're worried they're not going to get all of their entitlements, or they're going to lose their safe zones. I like that, the safe zones. You can get a blanket and hot cocoa, and you can somebody to hold you and cry with you. I don't know, or they can like jerk each other off or something. I don't really know what happens in these safe zones. I'd rather not know, but it's pathetic seeing how these liberals are being brought up in the colleges as well. There is nothing but a liberal mind state in these colleges. One caller, when I was listening to news radio today, she was a professor in one of the colleges. Obviously, she didn't want to lose her job. She got an email that they told her, do your best to explain to your students what's happened, and to try and calm them down, and to try and make them feel better, and somehow let them know in such a bad situation and a horrible thing that's happened, that we're going to try and make it okay. It's going to be okay. This is the liberal bias crap that's being taught to our kids in college, and the professors are being forced to enforce in their own class. And she said, I didn't want to respond to that. I didn't want to, I want, what she said she wanted to say was that I don't agree with it. I'm happy that this happened and that he won. And I want to explain to my students how it's a good thing too. But she's afraid about losing her job and losing her contract because these liberal run places are gonna screw her over. And they're crying and butthurt that Trump won. And this is what is filtering down to our students, and this is why these idiots are leaving in the middle of class to roam the streets of cities and protest under the excuse that they're exercising their free speech, so they can basically skip class and be morons. So, and it's, as much as I enjoy seeing all these liberals cry, I mean, I absolutely love it. Their tears are like fuel to me. I feel wonderful seeing it, but at the same time, it cannot continue on. We, the people that voted Trump in, cannot allow it to continue. And we have to stand up, we have to do something about it. You can cry for a little bit, and we'll get a good, laugh out of it, and we can put it on America's Funniest Home Videos or something. But after that, it's time to knock the ridiculousness off and shut the whole thing down. It's not as funny after it drones on for, weeks or months or however long this is going to go on. Never mind when Trump is inaugurated. They keep trying to come up with their petitions and finding ways. All of a sudden, the Electoral College is bad, even though the Electoral College favors Democrats because most of the states are blue states more than they are red states. Well, now we're going to get rid of the Electoral College and go with a popular vote because Hillary won the popular vote, and we have to find a way to change the results and cheat and get somebody else in, no matter who it is. Even though some of the last updates I got was that Trump was very close, if not exceeding, the popular vote as well. So they really don't have a leg to stand on if that passes. But we have got to get our voices out there. We have got to be heard. We have got to counter what these idiots are doing, and we've got to come up with the best way to do it. The other thing that I wanted to touch base on, the people that are getting attacked. I know several people we've been posting up videos all over the place talking about the guys that are getting dragged out of their cars, they're getting attacked, they're getting beaten, and everyone stands around with a video camera and they record the whole thing and put it on the internet. No one steps up and does anything about it. I'm encouraging all of us to take a pledge. I'm taking the pledge as well. If I see someone being attacked, I'm not driving by. I'm not standing and recording it. I'm standing up for the person. I'm jumping in and I'm helping them. I'm not going to stand by and allow them to be attacked by a bunch of scumbag crybaby liberals that are looking for an excuse. Now, I'd like to know how many people are willing to take that pledge as well. Do not leave your fellow Trump supporters, your fellow Americans that we're all in this together, your fellow deplorables. Don't leave them hanging. If you see something, do something about it. You got to call the cops and then jump into the fight. Go for it. You don't want to call the cops and you just want to smash their heads into a wall. Go for that too. But don't leave anybody hanging. Let's look out for each other. Travel together whenever it's possible. I understand that's not possible 100% of the time, but travel together, stay together for safety, and let's watch out for each other too. All right, friends, deplorables. I'm loving the page, my Facebook page, and my comments and updates have been blowing up like crazy. I absolutely love it. I'm on my way to work now. I can't riot. I can't participate in anything because I have a job and I have a life, and I also couldn't be happier that we are where we are right now. So stay together, Stay strong. The next time I want to go live and participate with all of you and have a discussion and have a back and forth and participate, I just didn't want to do it while I was on the road and probably kill myself. So it's a video for now, and I'm going to try and go live at another time. I appreciate the continued support, everyone watching it, liking it, the new Facebook requests and friends that I'm making every day. You deplorables, the people that you've lost, you're not alone. We're all here. So you've made